This is the main wing of the British Motor Museum. Started off at Bedford Lucas Electric. Electric van from about 1985. Now this is what you call a very, very large and long and prestigious Daimler. This makes Lady Dorothy look small. The 1950 D36 Green Goddess drop head coupe. My word. But this was the build quality of Daimler. Hence why we love our Mercedes so much, because it is technically Daimler-Benz. Very well laid out museum, to be honest. It's not jam-packed. You get to see lots of the vehicles very clearly. So 1956 Rover T3 petrol turbine coupe, gas coupe, interesting. 1961 Rover T4. I like the front of that. BRM, so that's where BRM comes from on the later model cars. 1965 Rover BM gas turbine. There we go. Confused now because I'm sure it's a Mark IV Cortina, but hey. And the Metro as well. Scimitar and a Wolseley. Essentially a princess. Three-wheeler. And the Hillman Ink as well. Wolseley signs. The garage. The 1933 Ford Model Y.
It's the end of your first one.
Through road, very clever. The MG Mini Ado, or Ardo 34, British Motor Corporation product. Made in Birmingham, England, and Turin, Italy. My word. (1985) MG XE. Wow, I've never seen one of these. Must be another 5 foot up. That is awesome. MG XE. Something I've never ever come across. Actually reminds me of the styling of the Honda NSX. Look at the width of the rear wheels. Oh, I do love those wheels as well. But in 1985, they had 17-inch wheels. It's a pity we're not 3 or 4 foot higher. Joseph just informed me this is when they were working with Honda, which kind of brings into thought what I said before about it resembling some of the NSX design language. Got a mind to scale something so I can see higher up and get inside. Cool things around here to look at. Lots of history on the walls. Through the eras. There's a lot of Jaguar stuff here as well. Jaguar racing cars, Le Mans cars, and the XJ13 as well. That's one hell of a Jag. The Jaguar Broadspeed XJC from the year I was born, so that's 45 years old. Still looks as aggressive as ever. So, Jaguar C-Type and the Jaguar D-Type. Jaguar XK120 Roadster. Oh my word. That's an interesting vehicle. And then the XK120, which I think you'll agree looks quite a bit different to that one. 1953 this one, and 1950 the earlier. Moving on. 1984 Jaguar TWR XJS. Essentially a touring car. This looks like a Le Mans car. 1983 Jaguar XJR5. And the one we've always seen, the silk cut Jaguar, the XJR9. A Le Mans winner. I think this is probably one of the most famous cars ever. It's getting a tad warm in the museum, so I'm going to speed this up. Don't touch the cars. That is good advice. You do not want grease and fingerprints on this. Some MGs. These are prototypes as well. Could spend ages in here if it wasn't like a flaming sauna. But it is. So I'm going to speed this up even more. I would say come down here when they lift the regulations of the masks, because masks make this challenging, shall we say. Oh my word, a Land Rover on caterpillar tracks. McLaren PP7, Aston Martin over there as well. This is awesome. That's JLR for you, isn't it? So Land Rover with caterpillar tracks. Essentially a tank. Fantastic vehicles here, there really is. A partial convertible of a Range Rover. This is a concept as well, the looks of it. And that's it. Museums pick up the most random of vehicles, including this concept Defender. Range Stormer. Okay. That is an interesting thing inside that rear lens. Just look at that roof.
The outside of the
one of these. This is a proper Range Rover. Or a Range Stormer. So this is 2004. The 2004 Range Stormer. Revealed at the 2004 American Auto Show. 1.5 million to develop low roof lines. So essentially what a Velar basically is now. Very cool. We'll keep moving on. London Clark Princess 4-litre limo from 1968. A couple of old cars, including the DeLorean. It looks like something from Stingray as well. We'll get over there in a moment. Some really classic machines. Model T Ford as well. Otherwise known as a Tin Lizzie. Available in any colour as long as it's black. The livery on that's stunning as itself. R7. Unless it's the V8, then it's the R8. Austin. So 1959 Austin 7 Downton. Oh, Annabelle, I like that. 1955 A90 Westminster. 1922 Austin 20. 1908 Austin 100 horsepower. 1925 Morris Oxford, Red Flash Special. And 2001 Bentley Speed 8. That looks a bit different to the road cars. 1978 March Triumph 783. Just look at those slicks. 1959 Cooper T51. 1970 March 40 701. And 1938 Isigonis Lightweight Special. 1936 Austin 7 Twin Cam. Austin 7 side valve even, can't read. And the Metro 6R4 Group B, 1985. Dublin Spec Rally Car, engine in the back. Austin Healey 3000. And I was right, this is a V8 rally car, 1978. Heading back to the Group B. Doesn't really look like a Metro because it's not really a Metro, to be honest. Such build on it. It's ridiculously wide. Just look down one side. And they are just fantastic. And if there was one set of cars that I would ever collect, it would be Group B rally cars. This, the T16, the S1 Quattro, the S4. Now we're into some pretty crazy concepts. 1998 MG EX 255. 1954 MG EX 179. And the 1938 MG EX 135 speed record car. This looks very similar to some of the models that are coming out of Germany with Mercedes-Benz. And then the 1957 MG EX 181. And that's actually a record-breaking car. Just look at this. Talk about design language. Mind you, it does need to stay on the down ground. That's the thing. Until you look into the history of certain cars, you will just not know these things exist. This looks like something off Total Recall in the 1980s. But city car. Credit chips. It is definitely a film vehicle. And this Land Rover. Oh, I want that. Imagine that thing turning up. Look at the pink. It's about as pink as they come. Oh my word. Absolutely awesome.
Oh, you're right,
pretty big rims too. 2004 Fab 1 Thunderbirds. DeLorean with flux capacitor and Mr. Fusion, meaning it's from the second film. Out of time, like the plate that features in many of my videos. Smashed up Defender. Skyfall one, no wonder it's smashed up. That's the Skyfall Defender that ends up smashed up in the film. Don't know what this is. I would say it looks essentially like a Tomb Raider one, but let's find out. It is the Tomb Raider one. So, Harry Metcalf actually has a Tomb Raider edition as well, but I don't think it's quite. Rover concept. And think about London. It's a bit like that Ego. So the Ego's a little more modified. Oh dear, I appear to have completely gone the wrong way. I'm getting full on lost here. Some veteran machines here. 1913 Morris Oxford light car. 1931 Austin 7 Swallow. In case you're wondering I'm going faster, it's because I'm starting to overheat. My word. 1929 Austin 7 Avon and Austin 7 Ruby. Okay. And look at this Morrison electric car. A two-seater. Ooh, Tombstones. The 1970 Crompton Leyland electric car. 3.9 electric motors. Top speed of 33 miles an hour. 8 stone horse. It's a two-door city car back in 1970s. Look at that. Leyland. The Rover SD1 and a shooting brake, or as it's called here, an estate. 1978 Triumph Lynx prototype, and the 1978 Austin Princess Ogle Triple X 1020 glassback. Never heard of one. Pretty cool though. Essentially a shooting brake. That's an A30 convertible. 1969 Mini 9X. 1969 Austin Xander concept styling model. 1955 Road Rover. Looks a bit Land Rover, Series 1 prototype. You kind of see Land Rover in it, but you can also see elements of car. And essentially Rolls Royce. Very strange. 1967 Rover Alvis P6 BS. And my word, an early Mini Mope. I saw two of these at Ray the other day. This is a 1962 twin engine prototype. The 1947 Nuffield Gutty quarter-ton military prototype. Look at that. It's about as raw as they come. And 1968 Austin Ant. I'm sure that's the car that was featured on the James Bond movie. XJSs, D12s, convertibles, XKs, XKRs, Mark 5s, Mark 6s. SK120. Even some new stuff. SVR, XS, and yes, like Goodwood, we have an XJ220. So I think it's arguably one of the first 200 mile an hour cars ever. It was at 220, I think that's maybe where it got its name from. Gullwing as well. No, it's not. Ignore me. It's dihedral. You just can't beat an XJ220. It's amazing how body lines and language changes, isn't it? Thank you. Every day you see a chrome Jag, is it? Be a bit bad in the sun, that, to be honest. Oh my word. 86 engine, 4 litre. Straight 6. The Perspex bonnet as well. And technically a shooting brake. Oh my word. So, shooting brake. Straight 6. 1992. I do like this. It's things like this that really appeal to me. It's just so different. I've never seen one before. You park it next to a Chrome XJ and whoa. And then you've got various XJs. And there you go. That's the Jag Museum. I'm getting out now before I burst into flames.